progression. What's going on with you, though? I appreciate you calling
Indeed.
in.
Absolutely. I'll say this. Well, one, I didn't know. I've never heard of you until today. Just so you know, I never heard of you, anything like that, until today when I saw Sister Tamika Mallory, who's a good sister of ours, does a lot of work in the community. I saw her post on the Shade Room, I believe when you two were going back and forth, when she was trying to tell you about what you did was wrong and how it was wrong. Now, I understand all the things that you're saying right now. I hear everything that you're saying, but the only reason why the people are looking at you and listening to what you're saying is because what you said, how you said it, and when you said it was completely wrong, distasteful, disrespectful. Your intentions may have been what they were. However, in reality, that's not how you address that type of situation, regardless of whether or not this may have been a fact, that may have been a fact. Whatever you may feel is irrelevant. That's the only reason why the people are coming at you the way they're coming at you. The reason why I wanted to go live with you is because a lot of people really want to hurt you. You know, like that's what they're saying. And that's not how we're supposed to be as a people. You know, like we're not supposed to be like that. You do a lot of work with a lot of brothers in the community as far as music goes. But in
Beyond
reality,
that, way
or
beyond that, brother. Way
or
beyond that.
whatever you do, right? Because again, I don't know about you, so I'm just learning about you. But in reality, you are a Caucasian male, and that's a black woman, one who's deceased, and then the other one who's alive. So one, you have to humble yourself. This is just how this goes. You got to humble yourself, because for me to even get on live with you like this, I'm a brother in the community who's been doing this work for over 15 years. I'm an actual activist. I'm a humanitarian. I'm an author, researcher. So I'm not a
I've
rapper.
read your material and I look at your content as well.
I appreciate that. However, I'm telling you, as a brother from the hood, in the hood, who's also a member of the Nation of Islam, we don't, we don't condone aggression. So we don't go out attacking people, but we do retaliate and respond if we are aggressed upon. So the people, what you did, you may not have realized it, but what you did was a declaration in a way of war, a declaration of aggression, and how you said what you
War,
said. That's what
war.
it
And
seems like. I'm just letting you know that's what it
when I
seems like.
preface that under no circumstances should she have lost her life.
It's similar to me saying, well, even though this woman was raped and murdered, hell, I mean, you know, what was she wearing? You know, she shouldn't have been raped, but hey, what was she wearing?
That's not
I'm
that's
I'm
a
letting you know
fallacy
how
and
that I'm
it's
letting you
not
know how it
usable here.
feels. I'm telling you how it feels, because
And I
she's a
understand.
black woman. So there's a
And
lot of black women
the thing
who
that
are
I
feeling this
wanted to
pain, brother.
apologize for and that I apologize for is I should have been a little more sensitive with the wording of the final few words when I
Well, no,
said
no, 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 no.
is there
I think
what
you
is
should
the
not have said anything at
responsibility?
all. I think you shouldn't have said anything at all. To be honest with you, that would be the better thing, only because it's so sensitive. Because we've been talking about her killers to be arrested every day. They have not come to justice yet. Then also today, I don't know if you saw this, but today, Michael Brown's murder, Darren Wilson, again, they reopened the case. They investigated for 5 months, and then they determined today that they're not going to charge him with anything. So now we have another person who was murdered by white police officer, again, who's now walking free. So this is something we're dealing with every single day. So when you did what you did, it really was like, how dare you? This is what the people are feeling. You know, like you're dealing with emotions right now. You know, you got to just
And
understand
I
it.
understand that,
You got to
and we have
understand
to
that.
be we have to be logical with our reasoning behind our thoughts.
You can't be logical
We
at
can't
this
let
time. At this time.
primitive physiological needs determine our thoughts. We can't
I
let fear
generally
control our thoughts.
I agree with that generally, but currently, right now, it's dealing with black women being murdered, black men being murdered, white police officers murdering us, white police officers walking free. That is something that's been happening for hundreds of years. And because of that, it's something that we are tired of. So we're not being primitive. We're not being simply reactive. We are logically responding to an oppressive force. That's what we're dealing with here. We're not being primitive. So generally, I agree.
I believe that there needs to be more change and more reform in the laws and the policing tactics. But
Mhm.
you understand that police brutality is dwindling linearly, consistently. Like last year,
Police,
there was
no.
9 unarmed black men killed by police, and the
Mhm.
probability of experiencing that type of police brutality is 7 in 1 million. And yet, it's
With
kind of being marketed and
mhm.
promoted as if it's a common occurrence when it's
With all of
extremely
what you're saying,
improbable.
with all of what you're
That's the
saying,
idea of my conversation is
I get that.
bringing attention to the real problems,
I get that. And the
the
real
real loss of
problems that
black life. because
Yes,
of the exposure to
which is what we
poverty
deal
and
with,
the necessity of crime to survive.
which we deal with. We live with this and we deal with this every day. We're the ones. I'm just letting you know. And like you said, you may be doing some things too. I don't know. I'm just letting you know I don't know. So I'm not saying you're not, but I just don't know. But what we're
Every day
dealing
of my
with,
life, I fight to decrease the inequality gap
I
that
got you.
Black people are specifically being
I got you.
exposed to.
I don't
I
know
don't
that.
know if
I
you're
don't
open.
know that. I don't know that. I'm just saying. And again, I'm not disrespecting you. I just don't know that. But right now, the only issue is you talked about a black woman who was murdered. Her killers are not being brought to justice. Then you talk to another black woman, and the manner in which you talked to her was very disrespectful. And
In what way?
also, no,
In what way?
in
Because
the
I'm
way
speaking
you,
to her out of
when
love
you
for the
told her that
movement,
you're more qualified, you told her that you're
and
more
I
qualified.
am. I have
No,
a
you're not.
higher understanding of
No, no, no,
social
no,
science.
no,
People,
no, no, no.
do you understand the
You're a
differences
white
between
man. You're a
cooperative and
white man.
competitive game?
Nothing you're
And you're
saying.
limiting and you're oppressing me on my skin color when I'm
No, no, no,
fighting for
no.
causes for Black Americans.
In reality, Mr. Lucas, in reality, I'm not saying you're a very knowledgeable individual, and I've heard things you said, and I understand. So we agree. We agree on the general topics that you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. However, in reality, because of your skin color that is connected to the oppressor that we currently live under now, you may not be the one doing the direct oppressing, but you are connected by way of physiology, by way of genealogy, by
And
way of your
would you not
actual
agree
nature.
that white
And because of
people
that,
speaking out and exposing
at the right
the
time,
exposing
at the proper
the
time,
historical oppressive causes to the real problems?
at the proper
I'm
time.
I'm 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 speaking on the actual causes, the root of the problem,
All of that is cool. We
which is
actually
what we're
appreciate that.
I believe that there's a
Hmm.
potential for certain cases around the election to be politicized and sensationalized
I
for
get that.
political propaganda.
My major
And
in college was political science. I'm just letting you know. So I'm aware of that. My major in college was political science. I'm very well educated on that. So I agree generally with you on that. But you speaking about a deceased black woman in the manner you did at a time when her murderers have not been brought to justice and she is still waiting for justice. And we have still yet to receive justice in all of these other areas by white individuals, white terrorists. For you to say what you said, that was wrong. The timing was wrong. And you may have said your spirit was right, but what you said was wrong. And we have already been boiling to the point as a people to where we don't want to tolerate this anymore. So you may have unwittingly, meaning unknowingly, have said this and you triggered this. That's all I'm letting you
and
know.
triggered what? That's extreme fragility. I'm speaking about
No,
healing the causes. Yes, it is. This
435
is
plus
fragility.
years. 435 plus years of dealing with this. You're not the one who enslaved us. I know you didn't. You're
I
not.
have nothing to do
You,
with it at all. I
I
have
get
no
that.
connection
But
to my skin color. I don't benefit from my
I
skin.
hear
I
you. But
don't.
that's like me saying as a
In
black
my
man, I ain't got no
personal
connection to
life.
mine. It don't matter. This is the skin we're in. This is the cards we're dealt. This is what we're born in. So we have to take
Exactly.
responsibility for it either way. So I get it. If you're doing what you're saying you're doing, all the good things, I commend that. I appreciate that. I
You can hear
absolutely,
my capability when I'm speaking on these issues, right?
absolutely. But I can also hear your lack of empathy and your lack of consideration for the fact that you have triggered something that you
I,
definitely have to take accountability for. If I said,
I do, and I've
that's all you got to
apologized
do.
if my comment was a little insensitive.
No, no, no. Wait.
I
Don't
believe it was
modify it.
sensitive.
Just say, I
I tried to be
apologize.
sensitive.
Just say, I apologize. Period.
I
You
do
can't, but
apologize for anyone
that's
that was
all.
hurt.
That's it. That's it. Don't belittle it. Don't modify it. Say to Tamika Mallory, because she's also watching. That's our sister. You got to say the way I spoke with you or spoke to you in a disrespectful manner. If that was disrespectful, I apologize. See, I would say the same thing if I did that to a white woman. If a white woman were deceased, and I know to you, you're like skin doesn't matter, but if it were a white woman, believe it or not, it does, because that's a whole group of people. If it was a Mexican woman, Jewish woman, Italian, I would have to apologize for offending them in the way I classify them.
And
I would have to.
I sincerely apologize to anyone that I did offend.
That's it. You gotta leave it right there. That's the first step. You get what I'm saying? That's the first step. Even if you feel like you're right or whatever, or the facts, I get you, dude. But right now, the people will at least appreciate the fact that you just left it at that. But after this, because of what you did, you're gonna have to deal with whatever comes after this. I just pray nobody seeks to harm you, because that's not what we advocate.
What would be the
You see what I'm saying?
cause of someone seeking to harm me when it was a potential mistake regarding the reporting of the actual case, which
That
a
we can
warrant was
understand.
signed, which a warrant was signed by a judge. Now
Oh, wait, no, no,
there
no.
may have been corruption involved.
I'm not going into any of the pieces of the case. I'm going into exactly what you said, how you said it about the sister. That's all. So the people
So
are
we're
only talking
saying
about that.
that
That's
and
it.
I'm pointing out issues for Black Americans being
That has nothing to
exposed
do
to
with this topic.
poverty. It's not. This is the point of the tweet. It wasn't to be funny and have a singular tweet to gain attention. It was
Your
to
tweet
bring.
didn't say nothing about equality and I'm trying to
Yes,
do
it
things to
did.
help black people. No, 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 no,
Yes,
no.
it did. You
Not the
got to
one I'm
read
talking about.
all three tweets that I linked together were literally talking about calling out for the problems,
It only takes one
judicial
tweet.
reform,
It only takes
exposure to
one.
poverty.
It only takes one,
Yes,
man.
you
It,
you
it
got to
takes one
understand. There's
to make a
120.
problem. It takes one to fix a problem. And the thing you did was you made a tweet that created a whole problem. So all you have to do
What
is
is the
acknowledge it.
problem? We're
The
speaking
problem
about
is
the
you are
facts
a
at hand.
Caucasian male, whether if you identify as or that or not, you are a Caucasian male living in a system of white supremacy that you benefit from due to what your ancestors did to ours. And
That
because
I'm
of that, you
fighting to
have to
detach and upend the system every day,
by
and
not
I'm the most
talking.
capable of upending it. Do you understand that? Do you understand the difference between competitive and cooperative game theory?
All of what you're saying, I understand far more than what you may think I do. I'm with you on
Well,
that. But right now, all you got to do is
can,
apologize, humble
how come I
yourself,
don't
and
hear you
apologize.
speaking about interconnectivity,
You don't know
transparency,
you haven't been watching my stuff, too much, I
interdependency?
guess. Right
I've
now, we're
never
talking
heard you
about.
talking about interdependency amongst
I haven't heard
races.
of you until today, and the only thing I'm going to tell you today, as my advice to you, is to apologize and leave it at that, and that's it. That's it.
I'm gonna
The people,
continue. I'm gonna continue to speak
the
about the
people will
issues.
appreciate. That's good. We don't
I'm
mind
not
that.
in this. I'm not in this to make the people feel some type of way.
I
I'm
got
in
you.
this to really fight for people that are being oppressed.
Then do that.
I'm not
Just do that.
agreeing. I'm
Just do
not
that.
going to conform to what the group tells me to do because the group hasn't got shit done yet. That's
Which
the
group you
fact of
talking
the
about?
matter.
Which group?
We're talking about is everyone speaks as if the problems have been eradicated and we're moving to we're having real ideas brought to the table. The same shit's being said. We're not hearing the new innovative ideas that are helping people detach from the system
Now, Mr. Lucas.
that perpetuates inequality amongst for
Mhm.
Black Americans.
Generally, I would agree with you, but that's a lie because we actually are involved in many different things that have progressed us as a people. We have our farms, we have independent schools now, we're having banks, we're having a lot of progressive things going on. A lot of our people are getting off drugs. I'm helping a lot of people get off drugs. A lot of us are doing that. So we're progressing as a people slowly but surely. The issue is that you mentioned Breonna Taylor. You also spoke to Sister Tamika Mallory, and what you did, how you did it, and the way you did it was wrong. That's it. That's all we're talking about. All the good things you're talking about doing, keep doing that. All power to you on that. I'm with
Yes,
that.
sir.
But right now, the only thing that we all have to do as a people is if we do something wrong, we have to take accountability for it, apologize, and atone, meaning go through the steps of making it right. That's all you got to do. That's
Yes,
all.
sir. And
You see what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
I'm doing here. And I apologize
There you go.
for the nature of the if it hurt anyone, that was the last thing ever intended. Intention was out of love and out of progression and for to bring attention to the real
Hmm.
problems that are oppressing Black Americans. And I speak
Okay.
about the real problems. Because I'm white doesn't mean that I'm not educated on the problems,
Of course not. Of course not.
that I don't study Thomas Sowell,
Hmm.
that I don't study John McWhorter, Glenn
Yeah.
Lowry,
The skin color only comes into
Coleman
activity when
Hughes.
you the
These are the
skin color
type of
only
dudes.
comes into activity when you do something or say something that is absolutely offensive or generally conducive to your people and what they have done to us. So when you say something that reminds us of what a slave master would say or how you say it, how you talk to us, that reminds us of that. And so we're trying to think, are you like them? Because the way you just talked to me is the way they would talk to me. What you said is how they would say it. Well, hey, she was involved with people who were drug dealing. The majority of drug dealers in America are white people. The majority of drugs coming to America are coming in by white people. The majority of people who are doing drugs are white people. The majority of people on food stamps. The majority of people who kill people, murder people, rape people, white folks. So we don't do that. We don't go around saying white people this, white people that. No, we just say, give us justice. If you murdered us, we want justice for this person. We
Of
have white
course.
people, white friends and associates. You work with black folks. Black folks work with you. So it's not the fact of you being white. It's only when you're saying something that's disrespectful that is conducive to a system of oppression that you are connected to. And therefore, you have to take responsibility for all the emotions that you create and trigger and cause. So you got to back up, apologize, and say, my bad. That's it. And if you're saying that you love black folks, you talk about it, you fight for us and all that, just show it with your actions and don't say it with your mouth. Show it more with your actions. That
Yes,
right
sir.
there will make black people say, you know what? Lucas is a real dude. He a real dude. You know why? Because I saw him do that. I saw him stand up. I saw him speak the truth. I saw him. The actions speak far louder than words. And if you do something wrong, you really got to work double or triple as hard.
And
So
I
my
intend
advice
to. And I
that
intend
that's
to.
and I pray you do. I pray you do.
And it don't take prayer. I do this shit. I do this shit. It's
Then
no
keep doing it.
assistance. It's no assistance. This
There
is
you
my
go.
intention. My
There you
intention
go.
is out of pure love for those that are being convinced that
Mhm.
they're gonna be oppressed in this country.
I got you. No, yeah, we're not of that mentality anymore. We're of the
We
mentality of
we
separating from the system and doing something for ourselves and building our own everything.
and I'm of the same mentality of separating from the system as well, but it's
Okay,
got to be interconnectivity that gets it done. It's not independence.
we'll work on it.
That's
We'll
the
work on it.
binary opposite of what it takes to create cooperation.
Little Armenia, little Cambodia, little China, every Jewish district, they all have their own separate territories, but they remain equal to everyone else, but they have their own so that they can have a power base. We want to have the same thing. Just have, own our own everything like
And I
everybody else.
agree that it's all
That's
about
it.
black ownership and economic advancement.
There you go. So just maintain what you're doing, whatever good you are doing, more power to you. Keep doing it. If you need our assistance as far as continuing to do the right thing, you have to prove it by your actions. You just get out there and do it. Keep doing the right thing. Keep doing it. Watch what you say. Watch how you say it. Talk to more black folks. Learn more about them. Like, hey, how can I say this? How can I word that? You know how it is. You
I
work with
do.
black
I
folks,
speak
so keep
to
doing that.
predominantly black people every day of my life,
Then ask them
and I
more
do
about
this.
our history and things of that nature long before you come out and say anything
I
else.
study the history.
Then keep studying.
I study
Keep
the history.
demonstrate it.
We
Demonstrate it.
right now. Would you like to speak about the history of what's going on?
No, 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 no. I was waiting this whole time, and I know we were trying to figure out why the pages couldn't, why I couldn't see your page, you couldn't see mine,
You
and I actually
blocked
have to
me.
go.
You blocked me
No,
because
I
I
didn't know. I
disagree
never
with
blocked you.
some of your ideology, and I
No, I
pointed
didn't.
out.
I never blocked you. No,
You
trust me when I
blocked
say that.
me.
If I
You
blocked you, I'll
blocked
tell you I
me.
did.
I remember
I
when you
didn't
blocked
block you.
me.
I never
You
blocked you.
blocked me. You blocked me.
I
I
didn't
know
know
you
about
want
you
to
until
portray
today,
that you
Mr.
don't
Lucas.
duck, but you were ducking me. You
Mr.
hid.
Lucas,
You blocked me.
we were
You
doing
have
good
me
up until this
blocked
point.
right now.
No,
You have
we
me
literally, I
blocked.
didn't block you. I've never
You
blocked you.
did block me.
Literally,
Why
literally.
can you?
But
Why can you help it? I don't have you blocked.
okay, well, I
You
couldn't
blocked
find you,
me.
but we'll figure all of that
You
out. But
blocked
as
me,
of
and
right
it's
now, Mr.
irrelevant.
Lucas, that is relevant. So we're talking now. From my understanding, we came to resolve. We understand each other, right?
Yes, sir.
Then that's all it is right there. Your
And I want
apology
to
is
create
noted.
interconnectivity between us to,
Okay,
to, to really combat the problems. This
absolutely.
is
I
about
want to see you prove
interdependency.
it. I want to see you
And
prove it.
I put the work in. I've been proving it. Have you
I
been
want to
listening to
see
me
it.
speak all
Hey,
day
I'm
long?
listening. I've been
Everything I
listening.
do, every day of my life, I prove it and I put in
I
work.
want to see what you have done in physical, tangible reality for black folks. I want to see that. And if you haven't done anything yet, let's work on it. I want to see it.
It's not physical tangible with bringing the most meaningful ideas and intellectual contributions to the table, because that's what I'm doing. No one is bringing
Okay.
ideas to the table to the level that I am. No one's speaking about the fundamental laws of reality and allowing for the emergent systems to be understood.
I think you may be a little distant from reality, Mr. Lucas. I think
No,
so. We'll differ on that. We'll differ
no,
on that. But
no. You
whatever you
gotta
do of good,
understand game
we
theory. You
appreciate
gotta
that.
understand the nature of reality.
I'm very
You don't
thorough when it comes
understand
to
quantum
reality.
physics. Do you
I
understand
absolutely
that?
do.
You
I
do?
do.
So you understand that
Absolutely, I do.
our physical bodies are not what
Yes.
we've been programmed them to be.
Absolutely correct. The only difference is when it comes to physical reality and matter in this actual reality, white folks, you are not genetically the same as us. I can stand outside for an hour, you can't in the hot sun.
And that's
That is a
strictly
basic
as a survival
that's a
mechanism
basic
to
biochemical reaction.
listen.
I'm just like
And
I don't want
that's
to
a
go into it tonight.
survival mechanism that your
I got you.
ancestors evolved closer to the equator
I got you.
as a
I got you.
survival mechanism to avoid skin cancer.
I
That if
got you.
my ancestors evolved closer to the equator, I would be dark skinned too, as a
Yeah, that's
survival
partially
mechanism.
that is absolutely partially correct when it comes to
No, that
physical.
is fully
Fi-
correct.
no,
Do
yeah,
you
partial.
understand? Do you
Yes,
understand
partial.
biology, evolutionary biology?
Absolutely, I do.
So you
Absolutely, I
understand that
do.
we evolved from survival of the fittest conditions as
Yes, we
animals.
did. Just like we're demonstrating right now, survival of the fittest. You should learn how to humble yourself because as of right now,
This isn't about
gotta
survival
humble
of the
yourself.
fittest. This is about
This is
cooperation.
no.
This is the opposite of
This
a
is about
competitive game.
no.
This is the
This is
opposite
about
of a
you
competitive
making
game. This is
statements.
about interconnectivity, transparency, trust,
Yeah,
love, unification.
everything you have to earn that you have not earned from black people yet. You have to earn that. That's
And
all
I
I'm
put
saying.
in work, and I love to be an earner. I don't want
There,
anything handed
there
to
you
me.
go.
I
I'm
love to
with you
put
on
in
that.
work.
We agree on that because I do too. We agree on that. So let's continue to put in the
And
work. Put in the work.
any help that I can assist with, anything you
Hmm.
need from me, I'll fly wherever you're at, link with you, and put
Hmm.
in any work you want to involve me with. I'll speak
Okay.
to any group of anyone you want to involve me with, and I hope we
Now
can
you're
become
giving your word right now. People listening. You're giving your word now.
any time that you set up anything, I'm flying to see you to really address the issues. Ain't
Well,
no
okay.
funny shit. This,
We'll hold you to that. We'll hold you to that.
of
If that, I
course.
mean, that's your word.
Well,
We'll
I mean,
hold you to that.
you're speaking as if I don't look for those opportunities, and
No,
like
I
I
just
would be
don't know.
afraid of that
No, no,
opportunity.
no. I'm not. I just don't know. But I'm saying, okay, I hear you. So I
And
pray you're
and
gonna be a man
brother
of your word. Let's make it
and
happen.
brother Rizza, I want you to level up because you have a platform, and you are
Hmm.
not performing at an optimal state.
Really?
You're performing suboptimally. You could be denting this shit way more. This
What?
I'm the
What? It,
mentor to the mentors. I'm the
mentor? What do you
mentor
do
to the
again? No, no.
mentors.
I just want to make it clear before I hop off. What do you do?
I'm a consciousness researcher.
That's what I've been since I was born. But I mean, what do you do for a
So
profession?
so so
You're a music
so
producer,
you
right?
understand that fundamentally we are the exact same thing, simply
You're a
consciously.
music producer, right? I mean, I'm saying as a like one of
That's
the
a skill that
professions.
I have. My
Okay.
passion in life is informational speaking, personal
Okay.
development,
Yep.
and eradicating poverty.
That's beautiful.
That is the
That's beautiful.
problem for
The
that
reason
people
why
not only in
I gotta
America
help
but
you.
globally.
I gotta
Globally.
help you. I'm with you. I gotta help you real quick. The reason why people are laughing right now is because they're really realizing you may not realize that you're off when it comes to
Brother
knowing
Rizza, do you
who you're
believe
talking
that
to.
is why, or is it that they don't understand what I'm speaking about from a fundamental
What have
perspective
you
of our
done for
reality?
the people in the community of tangible evidence? Have you created programs? Have you helped to get people off of drugs with actual programs? This is what I've done. So I'm just saying, what
I've
have you done in the
donated
community?
$15,000 to
I've donated
black-owned
more.
charities,
I've done it more. I've
and
donated more and I've worked more. What else have you
that's
done?
fine. And I'm not trying to have a pissing contest with you.
What
What
you
I'm
just
trying to
did when you
let you
told me I
know
have to
is
level
that
up.
I'd
I'm just
like to
letting you
see
know.
you level
Just
up your ability as a
yeah.
speaker. You're a speaker, and you can't even
We've
differentiate
demonstrated.
between cooperative and competitive games. So how
Okay,
are we ever
so
going to move to
Mr.
cooperate?
Lucas, Mr.
You
Lucas,
can't. Please
Mr. Lucas,
differentiate between the two for
Mr.
me.
Lucas. These are straw man arguments and these are called red herrings. These are basics in debate, which is something I
No,
also
these are
do.
the fundamentals of
The only
understanding this
thing,
probabilistic emergent reality.
the
You
only
said you
thing,
study quantum physics, so you understand
yes.
reality
The
is
only reason
emergent.
why we're talking right now, Mr. Lucas, is because of what you said about Breonna Taylor and how you treated Tamika Mallory. That's it. I have no relationship with you. I don't
So
care to have a
why
relationship
wouldn't
with
you
you.
be interested
Outside of
in
that,
having an
I don't
intellectual
know about you.
conversation
All you
about
have to
bringing
do,
ideas to the table and moving forward?
you've apologized about Tamika Mallory and how you spoke to her. You did that, right? I heard you. You've also
Yes.
apologized about what you said about Breonna Taylor, and you said, okay, certain facts you should have checked for, etc. Right?
Given the reaction that it's caused and people that have possibly been hurt, I don't believe people are hurt from what I said. I don't
They
believe
are.
that.
They no, they are.
I
I'm just
don't
telling you, they
believe
are.
people are
Your
sincerely hurt.
belief is irrelevant to the
Anyone that
reality.
can
They
look
are.
at me knows I'm fighting for Black Americans.
I got you.
That's a fact.
People are hurt.
That's
I'm
what
just
I
letting you know.
fight for. Yes, I
People are.
do.
I'm a black man. They're telling you they're hurt. Everybody who got on this call was letting you know in some way, shape, or
And
form, hey, we're
that
hurt.
kills me to think about, and it's fragile to
People are
me.
hurt, man. And if it were a white woman, people would be hurt. Mexican woman, people would be hurt. The point is, it's a woman who's deceased, and the way you spoke about it was without compassion,
See how you
and
even
so it
it
was
was
hurt.
borderline questionable. And my intent was there was a strategy behind raising
I got you,
intent
man.
behind my strategy.
I got you.
To
Your
have this
strategy did
conversation.
not
I'm
work.
talking
Your
to you
strategy
right
didn't
now.
work.
We're
We're talking
talking
to each other.
about us aligning and impacting the world.
I will not align with anyone who addresses black women the way you did. That's all.
How did I? What did I speak
The way you did it.
derogatorily to her? I said that
Yeah,
I
the way
expect
you did.
more out of her.
I got you.
I expect more
Yes,
out of her
you're a
as a
white man.
leader.
That sounds like a slave master. I don't know if you know that,
No,
but
it
the way
doesn't. You're
it
putting that
does.
narrative, and that's what
It's not a
perpetuates
narrative,
the
it's reality.
system.
It's not a
No,
narrative,
I
it's
don't
reality.
have low expectations of my peers,
That's good.
especially black peers. No, I
That's
don't.
good. That's good.
I'm not a self-hating bigot
Your
with low
intentions,
expectations of blacks.
I
I
got you.
expect
We
blacks
appreciate that.
and leaders at the forefront to have the utmost skill set. And if
Got
they
you.
don't have these skills that are necessary, I'm going to
Hmm.
point it out to them out of love for
That's
the people.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So, Mr. Lucas,
So you're not
about
interested in learning, though.
about
I can help
Tamika
you learn,
Mallory
brother.
and about Breonna Taylor. That's all we're talking about. Everything else that you're saying that you do that's good and all that, if that's true, beautiful. However, the only reason why we're talking right now is because of Breonna Taylor, Tamika Mallory, and the black community. You've addressed those things. You've apologized for how you said it, etc. If I were you, I'd just stick there. All the rest of what you're saying about being a teacher and you're elevating, you can educate, just do it. That's all. Just do it. Just keep, or keep doing it. Keep doing it. Like you said, you do that.
Ideas
keep doing that.
Speaking, takes talking
Absolutely.
about it.
But at the right time. Right now, at the time, nobody wants to hear you teach on nothing. They want to hear you be humble. Right now, people want to hear you be humble.
I'm being humble.
That's all. Being humble. That's all.
I'm fighting for the cause of others.
Fight for the cause of humility. People will hear you if you just say, you know what, I was wrong, my bad.
And I sat and I've apologized for the tone of the comment.
That's it. And then
for any
we'll
hurt
revisit.
that it caused. And I sincerely
you
mean
did.
That to everyone.
And I heard it, and the people heard it, and we appreciate.
I wish I could hug every person that was hurt and tell them that I love them and look them in the eyes and let them know
they may not want that. They may not want that, but that'll take time. Keep that heart. If your heart is that pure, keep that.
Unity and love.
I'm not against unity at all, but your heart, I got you.
Do you love me?
You have to take time. You got to take time. Your intentions, I will love if those are true. I don't know you, sir.
You understand?
I don't know you.
You understand
absolutely
the nature of this universe, right?
Absolutely. I love the natural human being, but the way you operated was not natural. That's all I'm saying to you. That wasn't right. That wasn't right.
Humans to fight for cause and be revolutionary and be afraid of.
Be a man of your word and be humble, Mr. Lucas. That's all.
This is what perpetuates the system is people being afraid of failure. Of saying the wrong thing.
Me speaking with you right now is an act of mercy on behalf of the people. So just be humble. We agreed already.
I appreciate that.
We already agreed, man. That's why it's like, you know, let's keep it right there. We agreed. You know what? Y'all heard him. He said he apologized for this. He apologized for that. And he's going to keep doing the work that he said he's doing. He's going to keep helping, keep uplifting. Everything you're saying you're doing, the people just want to see that. But as of right now, all they wanted to hear was an apology and for you to just back up and leave it at that for now. I just recommend we leave it at that. I appreciate you getting on and us being respectful to each other.
Sir.
You know, that's all it took.
And it's all about respect and love and moving and
of course.
progressing and real
Let's
ideas.
Keep showing that.
And you're telling me that the ideas I'm not bringing aren't A1 level?
Say it again.
Being a real intellectual, you're saying that these ideas I'm communicating on aren't the best in the game. You tell me better ideas.
I heard some great ideas.
Better ideas. Tell me
I heard some great ideas.
Right
No. I heard some great ideas. What we're going to do first off, we are doing what we're doing. You have to be humble, back up like you did, apologize, and you have to take some time. That's all. You got to take some time and just back away and regroup like Tank was letting you know, and just come back at another point in a better way. That's all. In the way that you're saying you already do. The way you're saying you do, that you help the people, that you love people. People want to see that. That's all. They want to see that part of JW. Do that. Right now, that's it. No one wants to hear anything else. You can get back to teaching later on.
I'm doing right now by being on live the whole time speaking about this.
We demonstrated right now a little bit,
brother.
We did display that right here a little bit. We did. I got to give you that.
Today I've been talking about love, unity, and combating the real issues.
Well, that's beautiful. If that's what you're doing,
I sincerely hurt for. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for any interactions that I've had today or with my tweets that hurt anyone.
Beautiful.
And
that's it.
And I want to empower Tamika because she is fighting, and that's why I recommend
she is a lot.
I recommend that she gets exposed to some of this real motherfucking sauce when we're talking about group and social science.
I got you with the sauce, man. I got you with the sauce. I got you.
And the sauce is meant to be shared. It's not supposed to. It's not meant for me to hold on. If I'm
I think you should keep your sauce and work on your sauce. Work on your sauce. We got ours.
Work on yours. Entropy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you understand the process we can evolving into disorder.
Absolutely. We can talk about that off of here too, because there's some conversations I want to have with you about these things, because you brought up a lot of good topics.
And
so we should talk about that.
To me, and that was the intent of my tweet, was to have these conversations.
I got you. Intentions may not come out in activity. Your activity was different than the intent. That's all. Whether if you realize it or not.
Was revolutionary in nature because I'm telling.
No, it was destructive.
I'm telling the group to take a look at what's going on.
Yeah.
And ask yourself if this is being politicized because it's voting season.
I got you. Well, I'll hop off, man. I'm glad we had the talk that we were able to come to an agreement on certain points. That's all that matters right there, like you said.
And I take everything you speak about as being extremely valid to me. And
same, like I appreciate that.
I want you to hear firsthand. I do apologize if this conversation wasn't the tone it should be, But I know you're looking at me and you know I have love-based intent and I am a
Mhm.
real
I
ally.
hear you.
I'm someone that's really fighting for this. And
I
I'm not
got
a
you.
sheep. And it's gonna take people being non-agreeable. Agreeable people are what
Hmm.
perpetuate this system. It's
Okay.
people
Well,
that
well.
have intent rooted in love, no
Hmm.
fear.
I got you. Well,
Fear,
be
fear,
fearless.
fear is the
Be fearless,
opposite
like
of
you
love,
said.
and
Got you.
I'm about being fearless
Be
and not
fearless and
performing.
keep doing the work. The people want to see it. So just show us. That's all.
I'm
I'm excited.
excited to
I'm
speak
excited.
with.
I'm excited to see it, man.
I'm excited to speak with you about entropy and other fields of science that can really
Absolutely.
pull everything together and integrate everything that we're dealing with. Because
Got you. Okay.
everything integrates. It all integrates into each other,
This is true.
and
So we'll talk
we're
about it.
here to unify. Hey man, I love you for the
I got you.
opportunity to speak to you, and I
I
love what you're
appreciate you
doing,
as
man.
well.
Keep working, brother.
Yes, sir. I'll see you
Thank
out
you.
here, man. All right.
Thank you, man.
Peace.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir. Appreciate you as well.
I want everyone in here to know that